And good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in podcast land. Cunningham, the real estate doctor, with two special people. One, Matt Paul, you know he does it all. But dropping in from out of the sky, we are blessed. Homage. We have Joel Husvar. Okay, now, who is this big palooka? Okay, this is an example of, there used to be a commercial years ago. You're too young to remember. I know you are too. But E.F. Hutton. Probably don't even know who they are. They were a big brokerage house. I know, I'm dating myself. But they had the best commercial because they would say, they would be at a cocktail party and this guy would go over and do this. And the entire crowd would shut up because this was the broker from E.F. Hutton. And the caption was, when E.F. Hutton speaks, people listen.
Oh. Wow.
Joel, here's the deal.
Those are some big shoes to fill.
These are big shoes. Okay, but you know what? Here's the deal. This is a guy who's a very, very what we call credible voice. I'd like to think that you're a credible voice. You've been doing this for a long time. You're a certified mentor, as we all are. I like to think that I'm a credible voice. I mean, hey, my tagline is I literally wrote the book on real estate. Here's a guy.
Couple books.
Doctor.
I'm working on number 5. Okay, so here's a guy who is the youngest realtor to ever be the president of the Association of Realtors in Buffalo. Youngest guy to ever be Realtor of the Year. Also, when I first met him about 5, 6 years ago, 8 years ago.
We're probably 8 or 10 these
Okay,
days.
you know, you forget after a while. One of the things that happens as you get a little older is you say, the other day, it was 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Time flies.
Time flies. He had a brokerage that was top 10 in Western New York, the Buffalo Niagara Association of Realtors.
A couple of those.
Okay, and he decided that he wanted to be an EXP broker.
Best decision I ever made.
What was that all about? By the way, I'm here because he's here. You're here because he's here.
Yep.
And I learned a very, very important lesson from another credible source who you probably heard me say on the show, Merle Whitehead.
Yeah.
He was a guy that people listened to. He was another president of the association. And he became a legend in the business. But I met you years ago and I said, this is a guy that's going places. So EXP, what's your story?
Wow.
It's a big one. Okay.
It's a loaded question.
Okay.
Well, I'm here because of my sponsor. And my sponsor's here because of his sponsor.
And I'm here because of you. Okay.
And how it all works.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest things that my coach, my sponsor, call him whatever you want to call him, he said to me, if you're the smartest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
And running a brokerage, it takes a lot out of you. And when
Been there, done that. He's right.
When we first started this, I would challenge to say I was one of the most innovative brokers.
Mm-hmm.
And we were rolling out technology.
Yeah, technology, you've always been leading the way.
It's what we always try to do. Like, it was like, to get the business, you have to be able to contact with people. So I was like, let's get the best technology to be able to keep in contact with people. I vetted, oh my God, so many CRMs. I've looked at so many different tools. We transaction management software and training programs. We just kept building and building and building. And then this thing called AI happened.
Not too long ago. And
I'm an old guy all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It really
more on that later.
It's wild to me. And I kept saying to my coach, I was just like, it was like I can't keep up. Technology is taking over. In Buffalo, we do have like an old school mentality. So
it's more conservative here, for sure.
And I just, we kept throwing things at it, but as soon as I was rolling out a new software, there was a better one. And he kept saying to me, the 1,000 little things are the reason why, right? Like when you said, like, that's a loaded question.
Mm-hmm.
But when he said to me, where do you see yourself in 10 years? I really had to hit the brakes and think. And in 10 years, I saw myself on the hamster wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So then the other thing he said to me.
Been there, done that.
Well, the other thing that he said to me, he goes, you know, you have a large piece of a tiny pie. Would you like to have a small piece of a monstrous pie? And it took a really long time for that to sink in because I was the boss. I had it all. But I was
The big cheese.
I was the smartest guy in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I've joined EXP, I realized
There's a lot of smart guys out there, man. A lot of serious smart guys.
Yeah.
there's 90,000 geniuses.
Yeah.
We're tapping into 28, 20. I can't even keep up with how many countries are being added.
Well, then our leader, Leo, is even, is on a whole other level.
Leo's 42 years old.
Wow, younger than me.
42 years old. Like when
Wow.
he said that, I was like, no flipping way.
I can talk about him too.
Yeah.
Like but like when he came in, like EXP was amazing when Glenn was running the company. No question about it. But he was such a visionary that he knew time to bring in the next round.
Yep.
And the 2.0 era, like from when we joined, like even just the onboarding.
Oh, it's
We-
even in
we-
just the 2 years that we're here. It's
And we lived through that.
it's monstrously better.
I have
was
artificial,
pretty good.
using Fixer, which we all get for free. I have artificial intelligence answering my emails.
Uh-oh.
I have artificial intelligence replying to text messages. We are now integrating it to do video editing. We have it, our Canva, like how do you get your own version of Canva?
Yeah, that's branded, so it's easy to make.
No,
And it's
flyers.
included. You can buy a professional version. I think it's like
Yeah.
$200.
Yeah.
We just get it.
Not the EXP
and not the
version
branded
where
version.
you type in an MLS number and drag all
Yeah.
your photos and
Yeah.
all license.
Yeah.
So like when I was looking at it, it was like I can keep trying to be EXP, or I can join EXP. And in my first year, I've expanded to 5, 6 states we're in.
Mhm.
I mean, you brought in that whole team out of Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Right.
Boom. Now the lights got turned on. For me to bring my brokerage to Plymouth, Massachusetts,
Yeah.
do you know how many times we'd be
Licenses.
making that flight?
Well, they had an attorneys and everything else that have to get
Escrow,
involved.
and then you
Yeah.
open holding LLCs and
Yeah.
franchise agreements and all this other stuff.
Yep.
And I even talked to a franchise attorney way back when, and he goes, "You're getting into real estate? That's a saturated market." I was like, "Oh, great! You're supposed to sell me this stuff?"
Yeah.
Well, there's a company called Realty. All they do is sell franchises. And I worked for them. The call bankers and the ERAs and the Century 21s and the
Berkshire too, right?
They don't have that group, but
Okay.
that's another franchise.
Yep.
There's a million franchises out there.
Well, and the thing that I love most about EXP is we're not a franchise.
That's right,
Yeah.
baby.
Good leading
And
question.
one of the most
Huge. It's huge.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most common things that I've heard, which is totally fake, I don't know who made that rule up, that I bought the EXP franchise.
Yeah.
Didn't buy the EXP franchise, I joined them.
I wish
Yeah.
that would be a wish for you. It would only be like $2 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
$3 billion.
something
Very minimal.
It's just wild to me that like this is available at our fingertips,
Mm-hmm.
and anybody that knows me knows that I don't give out special deals,
Mm-hmm.
and the deal always gets better. That's been two of my core beliefs. I have to always improve, and everybody's on the same slate.
Mhm.
EXP has the exact same feeling. Every single agent gets paid the exact same. I don't care if you sell one house, or I was talking to a guy that sold 1,000 houses out of Florida.
Mhm.
Same deal.
Yeah, it is the same thing. And everything has to be publicly disclosed since we're a
Yep.
public corporation.
Yep.
Now, I have to just do a quick segue. Because of that, I mean, they're talking about no secrets, no special deals anywhere. Everything is truly posted. Just Google it, you'll see it.
Mhm.
But we're required to do various different trainings every year to continue with our relationship. One is sexual harassment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I took it for the second time because you do it every year,
Mhm.
and you sort of forget some of the stuff. There's 18 different classes of people that
Yeah.
are protected statuses, right?
Mhm.
And one of the more obvious ones for me personally should be one that I just simply overlooked: age.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are you ready for this? I laughed my ass off. The age category and the federal guideline is different than the state guideline.
Yep.
The federal guideline is that you are in a protected class of people if you're over the age of what?
Is it 55?
40?
What?
You are not protected. You're almost protected, baby. You're almost there.
One day.
One day you will be real soon. You'll have the protection. So I'm protected. We're protected.
Wow, that's
Oh,
great.
because like
Good to know.
18 or something like
Well,
that.
yeah,
like,
what's
you
interesting?
cannot
No.
murder.
40 is obviously because of age discrimination. If you're too old,
Yep.
in New York State, it's 18 because they're afraid you'd be discriminated too young.
Got you. Okay.
So that was interesting.
I'm used to being the young guy.
Oh no, you're
No,
federal,
no.
man. You're gonna be with us. You're protected.
Yeah. That's good to know.
I just thought it was interesting.
Good factoid.
Factoid.
Yeah.
So you like EXP? It's working for you.
Best decision of my life.
Any? Okay. Of the best parts of the best, what's the best thing about it for you personally? Because your business is different from ours.
Yep.
Short of being able to open my email and see, here's a brand new tool that's available to us. Here's a whole new software that's going to revolutionize your business. I used to spend far too many hours researching vendors and taking demos and learning things and sitting on things. And it's just like, I can tell you.
And that was as a broker owner.
Yeah.
But even as individual agents research different tools all the time. We're constantly being approached and plagued by this software, by this postcard program or whatever it is. So you don't have to do that anymore because somebody's already done it for you.
Yeah.
Well, I would.
And better.
And the on top of that has been actually when people see what we have available to us. It's the old saying, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, it's true.
The light bulb goes off, they get it. And I was just talking to a broker owner a couple days ago and recently joined us. And they said, I thought that you were blowing smoke. And then I got into it, and it's so much more than you even said.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it is a lot. There's a lot to take in and learn from. It's great.
And some people get nervous because it's so much. But the other thing that I've learned, the only thing we have to learn, the only thing that changes in our business is our deals have to go into a program.
Yep.
Transaction management program. You still do your contracts the way you've always filled your contracts. Yeah, we have better contracts.
I was going to say
we do have better. We do have better paperwork.
We created our own
electronic paperwork.
But they're way easier.
Yes.
But
much more streamlined.
You get a client, you sell the house, you put it into a system.
Yep.
That's how we get paid. That's the only thing you have to learn.
Yep.
All the other stuff,
business as
take
usual.
a class.
Yeah. Or take
go in the world.
Yep.
Visit an event. Everybody's in Barcelona right now.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? It's raining.
Yep.
But like it's
you don't have to do it all. You just take what you need.
Take what you need.
Take what you need, learn it, master it, move on to the next.
Click on a solution and be like, wow, that just made my life easier.
Yep.
It's been an amazing experience, and seeing how people are growing and seeing like how our reach is growing, and it's adding on countries is so far beyond what I ever could have visioned.
Yeah.
Now we can go sponsor somebody in
Italy.
Egypt.
Yeah. Anywhere.
China.
Yep.
And by the same token, if I happen to be in Italy and I'm working with somebody that wants to buy a house in Italy, it'd be great if I had an office in Italy. I know I don't, but I do have an office in Italy.
Yes.
I have.
We're sitting in one.
We're sitting in one of these offices that are available to any place in the world with spaces and or regions.
Yep.
We have an office, 28 different countries.
I think it said like 4,000 offices.
Yeah. Wow. Just in Buffalo, I think we have 6 or 7 right now.
Yes.
10, they were saying.
Oh, it's up to 10? Yeah, we don't even keep track.
That's it. Yeah, they keep growing like crazy, so there is no lack of
Go into the
office
business
space.
lounge, give them your company.
Everywhere from Hamburg up to Amherst.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's
and we're in the city.
Right?
There's 2 or 3 in the city right now.
Oh,
Yeah, we like this one. It's kind of got some grit to it.
It's huge.
Yep. It is. It's massive. 30,000 square feet.
All right. So if somebody said, I'm newer in the business, I've been in the business for a little while, why is this really going to be better for me than where I am?
Well, I don't think that there's such thing as a one size fits all. It's every person has a different reason. I was literally just talking to an agent this morning, and he said, I am so busy, I have no time.
So he could get some time back just because he'd have better systems.
Yeah. Yep.
His company doesn't have a document management system.
Wow.
Yeah. So he has to do it all. Yeah.
I
It's hard to keep
was
organized.
a broker with, I don't know, but like probably 20 agents when I rolled out a transaction management system. So it was like, it's the only way we could scale.
Yeah.
You got to put it in one place. And actually, the funny thing was, he goes, "Where's all the paper?"
Yeah.
What the hell are you using paper for?
Yeah.
You still like
It's Stone Age.
faxing
We don't
things?
need that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like just like that small little thing, like no, like as you get a new document, you get a special little email address. You just forward it to the email address, and it's in the system.
Actually, when I first met you, and you were light years ahead of all the competitors, this is prior to COVID, prior to EXP, you had established a great contact management software system and document system. The larger companies in town didn't have one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and there's a big three in this town for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have one.
I learned to work with
there.
developers and coders, and paid far too much money having these coders make all of it work. But it worked. It worked great. It was an amazing program. Actually, it's still being used today.
Let me ask you about this thing called rev share. You hear people talk about rev share. What's the deal with that? Real, fake?
Yeah.
Smoke? You won't smoke again?
So here's the thing. Some people want to sell houses.
Mm-hmm.
And the agents that want to sell houses,
Knock yourself out.
go towards Icon. 16 grand that you pay the house, go get it all back.
Mm-hmm.
That's an easy way to do it.
Mm-hmm. You've done that.
Oh yeah, we got a pile of awards over there.
Mm-hmm.
But the people that are thinking like, I need some generational wealth, I need to really like take care of my family.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe retire one day.
I mean,
What are you looking at me for?
Well,
that wasn't very nice.
No, but how many agents do we know that work to the end?
Well, I mean,
we all do.
You know,
Yeah.
in real estate, as soon as you stop signing contracts, you start dying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no way.
And with revenue share, our founder was so like ingenious.
Really was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where he said, I already have a team of salespeople that are already working with my client. Why not pay them for building the business together?
Mm-hmm.
We're publicly traded, so every time a sale gets happened, we all make more money.
Yeah, they'll get stock.
And through revenue share, like it's not, the company flat out says, Google it. It is on 1,000 videos.
Yeah, it's
We do not recruit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not the basics of our company.
No.
Yes, there's things, EXP is a big recruiting company because we are rewarded for attracting people, but shouldn't you be rewarded if your broker's making more money?
Mm-hmm.
So the 80-20 split that we get, 10% goes to the house, keeps the lights on, pays all the bills, does everything. 10% goes to the people that actually created that sale. Because, it's just that we're in the organization. If I didn't bring in you and you didn't bring in him and he didn't sell a house, the company wouldn't exist.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you find people that you're working with that are really good and they want more, why wouldn't you just say, see what my company has to offer?
Yeah.
What's interesting about that, by the way, is most of us that get in the business at one point or another, someone says, so you like real estate? I'm thinking of getting it. We run into that all the time. It's just normal. It's like breathing. So the difference is, in our case, you're going to get substantially rewarded for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and everybody
it makes sense, and everybody wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And the coolest part of it all is, and this was one of my biggest fears as a broker owner, I don't have any kids.
Yep.
I don't have a succession plan.
Mm-hmm.
If I got hit by a bus, I had 100 orphan agents.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. There was no other plan.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at EXP, it was like, wait a minute, if I get hit by a bus, hopefully I'll wear a helmet or something. But like, if I get hit by a bus, you guys are still taken care of.
Yeah.
Yep. And the revenue that I've generated through this company, I can will it.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to talk about generational wealth?
Yeah.
I mean, my brother, don't kill me. He gets a check for the rest of his life from what I've generated.
Yep.
And he already knows if and when I have kids that
It's
he's
gonna
out.
change, yeah.
But I mean, like, but that is true generational wealth.
Right.
Like that's
And the big difference here is it's generated by revenue, not by profits.
Profit, yeah, that's a big
See,
difference.
because anyone that knows anything about business, the goal of every business is to make sure that you don't show a profit,
Yes.
so you don't have to pay out anything. Okay?
well, and it's dollars in, not dollars out.
Right. So this is, and you get a check every month.
Yep.
And it's great. I love when you guys sell houses.
Yeah, I know you do.
Keep up the good work.
Hello,
Yep.
keep it up.
Yep.
I love you, man.
Well, but then I have a vested interest in everybody that I sponsor.
Becoming successful, yes.
So I'm talking to other broker owners that are feeling the exact same pains that I was feeling, and I'm sharing my story.
Yep.
And they're giving their agents jet fuel on their careers, and I want them to succeed.
Yep. Yeah, and then how about the access to our upline and all the training and all the
We can access the upline. Those
it's-
are the power brokers.
Yeah, and it's collaboration. It's everybody's trying to help everyone. I mean, we have daily scripting classes that you can just go in there for a half hour, freshen up, and get out and get on the phone. I mean,
Awesome.
yeah,
One of the guys-
it's hard to have access to that type of stuff without the upline, without those people.
They're sharing the ideas and
Yep.
they're testing things out, and the best part is we build our own brokerage too.
Right.
Yep.
EXP says as long as you're legal and as long as you're compliant, build your business the way you want.
Yeah, bring the people in you want. Yep.
Do what you gotta do.
And one of the people in our upline, he's got a coaching program, which anyone can buy. He'll sell it to the different signage
Yep.
with the yellows. He'll sell it to them,
Yeah.
but it's like $6,000, $6,500, something like that.
Yes.
But we get it just because we're part of the family.
Yeah.
All right, last question because we're running late here. You have any predictions for the market? Good, bad, going up, going down, going sideways? What do you think? Everyone's got an opinion. You must have one.
Well, I was just at a mastermind with EXP, and our CEO.
See, that's why I asked him.
Our CEO said at EXPCon, we were in Miami last year, he said he was cautiously optimistic. Now he's saying, buckle up. So what does buckle up mean?
Yeah.
It means that we have to be the best we ever can be. We have to provide the best service we ever can provide. And we also have to be prepared to tell our clients, it's not the best time for you to sell. And we really have to put our clients' interests ahead of our own.
Mhm.
And as long as we always do the right thing, it'll always pay back.
I've realized that. Yep.
So
that's what you
put
have to
your
do.
head down, work your ass off, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
But the agents that are tiptoeing in this industry and acting like that this can ever be a part-time job, they're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
But the guys that are showing up, the guys that are consistent
Taking
doing
training.
podcasts,
Yeah.
the guys that are out there showing houses every day. I mean, I have a very, very simple philosophy that I've taught all of my agents, and I've watched their careers soar. Touch 5 doors a week. Show 5 houses, show 2 houses and 3 listing appointments, go to an open house. Touch 5 doorknobs a week, and you'll be successful.
Great philosophy.
Yeah.
I would have to agree. 100%.
Awesome. Joel, thanks for being
Yeah.
For sure.
my mentor and my
Thanks for your
friend.
time. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
Good
Please
man.
like, follow, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Let us know if you have any questions you want us to address on the show.
Yeah, Brendan Cunningham, the real estate doctor, says, like he said.